everybody, what's up? It's your girl Autumn and welcome back to my channel. Alright you guys, so today we're going to do a story time. This is my first story time on my channel and it's going to be a story time about how I started my business, So Fashionable. I'm really excited to share this story with you guys and give you all the tea on how I started my business because it's been a long journey and we ain't even close to where we're meant to be, but we're a little bit further than where we started. So I'm really excited to share my journey with you guys and my story, and yeah, drop some tips and some tricks in there too because I've made a lot of mistakes and I've made a lot of moments, good moments in my story, in my journey with So Fashionable. So let me tell you guys, right? So back in 2015, I was a senior in high school. I'm giving my age away real quick, but that's cool. I was a senior in high school and I was like kind of confused, right? I didn't really know who I was and I did not know, you know, a lot about myself. I was really trying to figure myself out. I was in a weird space in my life and I was a senior in high school. I kind of hated high school, but that's another story for another day. And I always been the girl that was cute, you know what I'm saying, that could dress, but I wanted to do more with that, you know, I wanted to do more with that. So in February of 2015, I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, yo, I want to make a blog. And at the time, you know, blogs weren't really popular, but like I followed some fashion girls on Instagram when Instagram first came out and they were writing blogs and I was like, I like to write, I want to write a blog. So I remember asking my friends like, should I write a blog? Should I write a blog? And they were like, no girl, like why would you want to do that? Haters, right? Haters. Anyways, and I asked one of my really good friends, I was like asking him like, I really like fashion because he really liked fashion, and he was like, yeah, you should start a blog. So I was like, all right, well, help me come up with a name for my blog. And we came up with So Fashionable, right? And he was like, yeah, but we should switch it up a little bit, like something, we need to make something a little bit different because So Fashionable is cool, but like let's see what letters we can play with. So we changed the V to an A, and yeah, that was really the story on that because I feel like people always like, oh my gosh, how'd you come up with that? And it was really just like playing around with letters and seeing what made more sense. And that's how we came up with the name with So Fashionable. But anyway. So he gave me the name. I was like, okay. And I had found one of my other friends to make like a little logo for me. So here I am, boom. I start like blogging, and honestly my blog was really me saying, like taking pictures of my outfits because this is when Instagram first started. And you know, I was always a cute girl. I mean, we was on Facebook still at the time too. But I also started going to Instagram. So like I would just take my little Instagram pictures and I would post it on So Fashionable, the blog. And I would just write like where I'm going and what I'm wearing. And then I also put like advice in there, right? Because I was in a really weird space in my life. I felt like everybody in my school was a hater and I really wanted outlet. And I remember my very first post was like this jersey I was wearing and it was these sneakers and I was like at a basketball game and I looked really cute. That was my first post. And then my second post that was a style advice was a story time on how this girl who was my friend had slept with my ex-boyfriend at the time. Yes, child. And one day I'm gonna I have a story time about like high school and how like it was crazy and I was crazy, but that's neither here nor there. And that was the second post, and a lot of people like started getting traction to it, right? Because I never dropped names, but like homegirl thought that I thought she was my friend, but when I found she was my ex-boyfriend, I was about to go and give her some words. But I think in that time of my life, I was really trying to, you know, mature a little bit, find peace, and start walking into who I was, and that would not be, you know, really a good look. So I kind of let it go, but I wrote it in a post, and I remember that day I posted that, like posted it the next day. One of my friends was like, oh girl, I know who you're talking about. And I was like, that's cool. Yeah, I do, because I'm giving people advice on how to deal with girls like that. And next thing I know, like months later, my blog started getting traction, y'all. Started getting traction to it, and I was like, okay, people like this, like the style, like the blog, cool. Although at the time, everybody in my high school, you know what I'm saying, still hating on me. Cool. Haters gonna hate forever, know that. Fast forward, I still am like blogging when I go to Hampton, but going to Hampton really changed me. Once again, I need to do another story time on Hampton, but Hampton, I met so many girls that love fashion. You know, being from a city like I'm from, I never really seen that. So when I met so many girls that love fashion, that loved what I did, it really just ignited something in me. And it was like, all right, we're gonna keep going with So Fashionable. So freshman year, I started, you know, getting features, featuring people on campus. I kept like blogging about my looks. I did less advice, but more like style stuff. And I continued to do that for at least 2 more years. And then junior year of college, I wanted to do more. I'm like, what's the next step? You know, I really love blogging, but I want more for So Fashionable, because at this point, I love So Fashionable, and I'm like, okay, I want to do the next step. What's that next step? So I started to try to make some t-shirts. Let me tell you about these t-shirts, y'all. My daddy, I love him, and when I get on, he get on, because my dad was like, all right, we'll buy some t-shirts. You want to make So Fashionable next step? I agree. Let's do it. So I went online, you know what I'm saying, not doing any research, nothing. Went online, got some t-shirts. Here I'm thinking I'm doing something. Then I ordered t-shirts. My dad gave me the money. I got them t-shirts. I still have one of those t-shirts. Let me go show y'all one of them t-shirts. This was the t-shirt, y'all. It says, it costs to be a fashionable boss. This is the first t-shirt I ever had, the first t-shirt ever had, and all of about 7 people got them. And I think that included my parents, and that included my friends, and I gave them away for free. Because when we got these in the mail, y'all, I was like, what is this? And my dad was laughing, because he was like, did you even do any research? And I was like, no. And I'm telling you guys, this is exactly how it looked the day we got it. Like, it was just some screen print offline off one of those websites. And this is what they gave me, and it was all, you know, this isn't even like the black. This is like a faded black. It was a mess. But this is a representation of, this is where I started. You know what I'm saying? This is where I started. So anyways, I, you know, had this t-shirt, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was so sad, so devastated, because I was like, what can I do? Like, I can't even do anything with this. Like, I can't put my name on this, can't put So Fashionable on this. So my parents said, okay, scrap it. We're going to let's just keep it. Let's just, you know, we'll have it, and let's try again. So I was like, okay, because this was nothing. No bueno. It was good, my first era. So then, scrapped it. I met this girl on campus. I actually already knew her, but she was getting into screen printing and doing all this stuff with design. So I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to like do some t-shirts for So Fashionable. And honestly, I didn't know what I really wanted So Fashionable to be. In my head, I thought I wanted to be a designer, but like, it was like I wanted to be a designer, but I think I wanted to be a designer because what I was seeing other people do, and I knew I love fashion, and I wanted to do something with fashion, but I didn't know what it was, and I really couldn't put my finger on it, but I thought I wanted to be a designer. So I said, okay, let's start with some t-shirts just to get the noise out. So girl, my friend on campus, she made some t-shirts for me. She made some t-shirts for me, and they like were selling out. It was so good. Then she made some more, and we had like a whole little collection, and I had them t-shirts for a while, and that was my first encounter with like just having inventory, right? Because the first batch, it was moving pretty fast, so I thought the next batch would move pretty fast, and they did not move fast at all, y'all. Did not move fast at all. But I think once again, it's trial and error, and there were some things that needed to be fixed with the t-shirts on my end, not her end. And yeah, it was very much trial and error. So I had those t-shirts, but I wanted to do more again, you know. T-shirts were cool, but that really wasn't what I wanted. I didn't really want to be have a t-shirt collection and like be a streetwear brand. I really wanted designs. So I said, okay, senior year of college, you know, I really was still doing t-shirts, cool. And then I graduated, and the next year I decided, all right, I want to like do wholesaling, because I really want to design stuff. But I don't have no money. I'm poor. Like, I'm not poor, but I didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a broke college graduate, no money. Gotta have, you know, start my career, quote unquote, and didn't have any money. So I started doing wholesale and started, you know, doing the whole boutique thing, which again was cool. I think that it was a great way for me to pivot and to be So Fashionable into the next step, right? Because I think that brands, and when you have your own business, it's steps to it. Like, you can't get from being, you know, a local brand to being a house name. You can't go from being like a local brand to being a house name overnight. Like, that's just not how it works. It's trial and error to get to that house name. And these are just really my trials and errors, you know. So I was doing wholesale. I was still designing stuff. I was trying to design stuff. And I mean, like I said, I'm good at designing, but I wasn't passionate about it. I was kind of dragging my feet to do it. Like, I don't know. I think it was, once again, not meant for me. But at the time, that was all I could figure out to do. Like, if you like fashion, you want to have a brand, but you don't want to do wholesale, like, you got to design stuff yourself. You got to do that do that part. And I think that like God was like, nah girl, just give it some more time, let it marinate, let it marinate, let it marinate. So I was doing wholesaling for a while, been doing it for a while, and then I was like, you know, fast forward to today, this year, I was like, all right, wholesaling was cool, but I don't want to be a boutique. I want to be a company. I want to be a fashion company. And it was a lot of trial and error once again in the wholesaling, because once again, maybe I'll make a video on wholesaling, because it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know when I started wholesaling that I feel like somebody should have told me, or like, I don't know. I wish somebody would have told me, because when I used to watch YouTube wholesaling videos, it would always be like all the great stuff, like vendors you should get and blah blah blah. But like, I don't know, I need to know the tea on the wholesale thing, like the truth about it, because once again, there's a lot of things that people don't talk about, like how you be sitting on inventory, how a lot of the vendors have different sizing, and just because one vendor, you know, that's their sizing was great, don't mean the next vendor is. And there's just a bunch of things that I did not know that I wish I did. So maybe I'll make a video on that to you know, just talk about, because that, you know, trial and error. And I want to say somebody else, a trial and error, and the cash. Lost a lot of cash. This whole story is about losing cash. Losing a lot of cash, but that's the beginning of a lot of businesses. You don't see a lot of revenue till forever after. But anyways, so flash forward, something was marinating on me, and I was like, you know what? I know what I want it to be. I know what I want So Fashionable to be. I know that I want it to be a place where people can shop. You know, I want to be a shopping destination. And when I look back through the years, and when I first started in 2015, that vision was always there. It was always there for me to become a shopping destination. My first ever logo was like So Fashionable, you'll never have to question the outfit again, right? Thinking of the idea of occasions. My second logo said something like dressed apart. Still, or my slogan, I should say. I'm saying logo, I meant slogan. My slogan said dressed apart occasion, right? Because you need dressed apart for occasions. And then the next slogan I made said something like for every occasion you'll be dressed. Once again, still playing on that thought of occasion. And that's how we came to the slogan now of for every occasion, right? So the vision was always there for me, but I needed to marinate on it. And I knew the type of person I am. I am a businesswoman. I'm about my cash. But I love fashion. I have always loved fashion. I got that from my mother, who, you know, been styling me for the girls since I was a baby. So it was like, how can I make those two things mix, even though I do not want to be a designer? Because sometimes, you know, the fashion industry can be so broad if you think outside the box. But a lot of times I feel like when you go on the internet and go on social media, the only push is designer. And there's so many other avenues you can take being in the fashion industry. You know, so many other avenues you can take. And I feel like they don't talk about that, you know. And I feel like I learned that through doing my research, though, and I learned that from experience when I started to try to get involved with other collabs and other people, and they told me what they did in the fashion industry, and I was like, I never even heard of that. I can't believe that's a job. Like, you know, I can't believe that's a job. I remember the first time I heard that somebody could be a buyer, like a merchandise buyer, I was like, what is that? Like, what is that? So, like, there's so many other lanes you can take in the fashion industry, and this was a lane that I just wanted to end up creating for my own self, and it really worked for me, and it really is working for me. And So Fashionable has come so far from them first blog posts, and we are not even close to where we're meant to be, but the vision is a lot clearer now of who we're going to be. And I need to tell you guys this story to remind everyone that just because where you're starting is not where you're going to end, but you just got to start. I just wanted to start selling t-shirts. I had no idea what it would become, and I was trying to force myself to be a designer when I knew that that wasn't in my heart. So it's like the little cues of who I was going to become and what So Fashionable was going to become was always there. I just needed time. Give yourself time to grow as a business. You know, even little things that I'm changing now about So Fashionable, I would have not even thought about a year ago. But I needed time, I needed experience to become who you see now, who you're going to see on your continued our journey of becoming one of the biggest names in retail. Needed every step of this journey to show why and who we are and our purpose and like where we're going, right? So I'm so excited to share my journey with you. I hope you guys loved the little tea I gave in the story time. I'm gonna give some more tea eventually on a lot of different topics, because I just feel like experiences are important, and experiences can connect small business owners, because like I went through that, girl, you went through that too. Wow, what did you learn from it? So we can do vice versa, and you know, just brainstorm, be great. All my business owners, please tell me y'all stories below. I want to know how your business got started and where you are now. Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys like this story. I hope you guys shop so fashionable for every occasion. We have a lot of great things coming in store. I won't say all of it yet. I won't finish the story, not until we make some big moves, but I wanted to at least share the beginning of our story so you can see where we started, where we are, and where we're going. All right, until my next video, peace.